Oh, you can't hear me. Damn it. I was on I was on mute. Here we are though. Just talked to myself for about 10 minutes there. So basically all I'm watching is I'm watching Meta for next week. I got them in my Swing Play account. Um, I have Meta 190 calls, and I think that this is going to continually squeeze. I got around 177, but I'm waiting for a little bit of a pullback for these same day expirations. Maybe I can get them around this 225 ish mark if we can get a pullback here. But this is really, really strong. And I've been talking about it for weeks because this is the best setup in the world. Look at this weekly chart. I think we could run well above that 190 if the market doesn't continually fall. So I think that there might be some consolidation period up here. You can see these starting to slow down a little bit. I'm sure that we'll get some red candles here. And then the Bollinger Bands can expand a little bit, and then I would probably buy a ton of these same week expirations. But I'm in a bunch for next week in my swing account. The 190 strikes, a couple 185s, but mostly 190s, and I bought them at 177, so they were stupid cheap, and they're looking even better right now. As of right now, on this little stream account, I'm only up 134 on the day. Looking for that 500 to 1,000. I'm going to make sure that I get good entry points, though. I don't want to chase all the way up here. It makes no sense to do that. So I'm looking at Meta. I'm looking at NVIDIA, kind of. I think that NVIDIA is kind of struggling a little bit right now. The Qs have a lot of volatility, so does the SPY. The only issue with me with the SPY is the SPX. These contracts are way overpriced for the same day expirations, so just going to probably stay away from the SPX, even though there's a lot of volatility today. So my computer's lagging like crazy. Stream is crushing me right now, but yeah, oh, these are 3 days away. So same day expirations. This is getting pretty weak. 380 down to 3. A trend line there. 1 second. Let me put this up. Oh, I'm gonna day trade Meta. I'm gonna hold. I have a ton of contracts in my swing account, so I'm kind of just holding that as of right now. If the market holds up. So I'm looking at this downtrend. It did try to break out of it, failing right now. So we got to see if this next retest could push it above it. We got really bad news out there. So I don't know if this is going to be a really good opportunity for us or not for a squeeze today. I think that this could potentially be setting up a head and shoulders right now in the 1 minute. So just waiting for some good opportunities here. I just want perfect entry points. I don't want anything too crazy. Melly. I don't really trade too much on Mondays. Mondays and Fridays are usually pretty ass. So I'd just be careful with a lot of things. Contracts are expensive on Monday, and the volume is not as high. I do want to point out this, though. Goldman Sachs. It's down $55 in the last month. Probably even more. It's obviously all the banks are having a really terrible time, and the news is looking awful for them. But this is crazy. This is really crazy. I'd probably like to see around this 200, 300-ish, maybe 290-ish on Goldman Sachs before I took a bounce. It looks like the SPY's about to break out. But keep this on your watch. Keep this on your watch because Goldman Sachs, when it goes, and it pays great. So just pay attention to that. Where's Meta at? I'm looking for Meta. I want to see a pullback. I want to see a much better pullback than what we're seeing right now. See a nice little bull flag opportunity coming up. If we can get down to this level, I'll probably end up buying a couple of these contracts, at least just to dabble in the same week expiration. So it won't be a massive payout, but like I said, Mondays and Fridays around that $500 to 1,000 goal. My Meta contracts expire next week. The 17th ones I will day trade. Probably these 185s though, because I think these could go in the money today. Just want to see a little bit more of a pullback here. Market's getting weak, kind of forming a head and shoulders too, so I don't know how confident I am in this just yet, but I am confident in the contracts for next week, especially because I'm already up $3 on them. $3 a share. She's looking beautiful. Theta is on my side, and I have my stop loss now sitting near break even. So I have like no No risk on the trade, and it's a pretty fat position. So if it ends up breaking out towards that 185 or 190, I'll be going to Europe for a little bit. It's the best setup I've seen in the market in a really long time. I know there's a lot of headwinds coming out against us, but that could also ultimately boost this play, because as soon as the market kind of catches the squeeze, the short covers, whatever it is, with this bouncing off this weekly, damn, this could go 190, squeeze up to 200 before it gets even the slightest pullback. So just watching that. I might scale into these around 240. We'll see. Got to be patient. Mondays suck. Just keep that in mind. This is kind of setting up a head and shoulders on the 1 minute. 15 minute does look kind of bullish though if it can get above this 386 though. So just waiting. Looks like Meta has strength. Good morning. I'm looking at this pre-market level at 186 too, so that's why I'm playing the 185 same week expirations. These will be a day trade, but I want to get a really good opportunity. I want to see these Bollinger Bands expand a little bit. That's why I want to see maybe some consolidation, some slow action, and then we can get that drop towards this VWAP below 180 one more time. That's kind of my goal here. I'm a little bit nervous that the market's going to fall, because if the market falls, the Meta will go with it. So we're down to 257 on these contracts. I want to get them a little bit, maybe around 2. That would be really nice. If I could get these contracts at 2 and then buy 5 to 10 of them, watch it run up back above 3. In the event if it does squeeze today, we could make a ton of money. So just waiting. Only up $134 right now. Waiting for that goal. Yeah, 134 on the day. Trying to get probably like, I think I'd be okay with like $400, $500 on the day. I feel like this is not going to be the best trading day. Only looking for 1 to 2 plays today, but they got to be perfect setups for me. 254 on the 185s. Market looks weak. Probably a bounce play around that 384 mark is what I'm looking for, but I am still looking for this 179 area for an entry on Meta. Tone these down a little bit, maybe start getting in just a little more. I want to see a little bit more of a drop down. Put 2 at a limit order at 245. I still think that we might see some downside, but man, never mind. Might be getting the squeeze already. It's not hitting my my target price is around this 179.40, so that's disappointing if it starts to break out already. But you can see these Bollinger Bands start to rip. This is high of the day here at 182.37. These just ran $35. I want to see this go a little bit lower though. I don't know if we're going to get that lower mark. I might scale into just 1 just to be a part of it. This is kind of rejecting though, so I think we might have some time. I want to get a perfect entry point here. I know I keep saying that, but I think that Meta's going to go to that 185, 186, and these could go in the money. They would pay over $200 a contract. If you have 10 of those, that's 2 racks. 5 of those, 1 rack. 3 of those, $600. I'm just going to get in 1. I don't know if it's going to let me get in 1. I just got 1 at 286. I just want to feel like I'm a part of it right now. I'm only in one. I still think that we get some pullback, so I don't know if I would follow that. I just want to feel like I can get kickstarted a little bit with this. I hope it doesn't squeeze on me. I really want to see it test this 179 mark, 179.50, but if it squeezes, at least I have some skin in the game. The SPX is way too expensive to play. I might look at these SPY calls too. SPY calls look really... I'm probably not going to play the same day expirations just because the theta is ridiculous. But we do have room up to that 387. These are all so expensive. I don't know what is going on today, but even playing the $4, $3 out of the money, it's only going to make $130, and that's if it goes. So I don't know if it's worth it. I really don't. The high of the day on the SPY though is $3 higher, so it could be a good trade. I just don't want to see this be a head and shoulders and then it gets destroyed down, which is why I only have one on Meta, because I think that we have some room down. All right. Damn, coin is cooking. Coin is looking good. If you want to sell cash secured puts on this, it probably is not a bad idea. It's got some upside for a while. Let's sell those $55 puts. That'd probably be worth quite a bit, actually. Collect $315. Look at how much money. This is so easy. When you sell puts, you could just collect $50 a night just for holding these. This is 171%. As long as it doesn't just like completely tank down, but even over the course of 3-4 days, these will be worth like $100 some. So you can collect an easy $200-300 this week just by selling an option. This does kind of look like a head and shoulders pattern over here on the 1 minute. So Meta might be getting the weakness that I want. I'm in one contract, so I can feel like I'm a part of something. But I still think that this has the opportunity to let this expand. We're going to consolidate for a while, which is why I'm not all in on a position yet. But then I think that we could start running towards that pre-market high. If we break high of the day at 182, I can easily see this at 185, no problem. But market also is a big determinant factor for that. So let's see if we can get some red candles here, break towards that VWAP level. That yellow line that you see right there is my target price for an entry point. I know I have one right now, but that doesn't mean anything. I'm trying to get 10 contracts. My stop loss would probably be, well, if it's 250 risk, so that'd be around 2,225. I'll probably have a stop at 2 if I have 10. So that'd be $250 at risk. And I'll be A-okay with that with a $2,500 position. So $225 would be nothing, when on the other side I could be making over 1,000, well over 1,000 if we can get that bounce. I do want to say that the 1 minute on the SPY is super weak. Same with 15 minute rejecting that level a couple times here. But this is a pretty good support line. If you look at the support line here, right around that 384, I'm sure we'll break below that, or we're testing that below that. I think a next bounce zone would be around that 383. That would be a perfect opportunity, in my opinion, to get some of these meta calls. Only in one at 286 here, but do you see how this is expanding a little bit? It's going to take some time to get out there, but I think that we could see the next leg up towards that 185. So these are for Friday. Keep in mind that those are great opportunities to hold, because if they're for Friday expiration, not as bad as theta decay, because it's not close to the expiration just yet. And I will say right now that I am in those contracts for those that just joined. I'm in those contracts for the 190 calls for next week expiration. So I got them pretty early, so I'm up quite a bit, and I have a pretty fat position in them as well. So I'm just waiting for this next leg up for a day trade here. I'm in one at 286, but I'm trying to get 10 contracts below this 250 mark if I can. Not looking so hot for me, though. I think that it might just squeeze without me. And I don't want to buy all the way up here because this is my target zone. And like I always say, I'd rather miss out than lose money. And this way, at least I'll have a little bit of piece of it. I'll have one contract, so I might make like 50 bucks, but I don't want to go full position at the high of the day. And that's why you don't chase. I just want to see this like 250, even 225, and I'll start scaling in a bunch more here for the bounce. This looks really weak to me as well. We are consolidating though. This 15-minute chart keeps rejecting that downtrend. Tried to break out, got rejected. Just give this some time to consolidate. I think that Meta is one of the best opportunities in the whole entire market. It's going to take a while. It's Monday. Mondays are the worst trading day in the week, in my opinion. So I always go light. Have an opportunity here for the daily to set up nicely, and this weekly even more beautiful. Been talking about this on my YouTube for a while, that we were going to see a nice little pullback and then the bounce. So we got that bounce right here, right at that level that I was talking about. I said around 176, so 175 is close enough. But I am waiting for this to start pushing towards that 187 high from pre-market. I think we got some time for that, especially while the market chops around. And this is going to be a pretty boring day. But once I get a good opportunity for this entry point, hopefully we start to spike down. There we go. Here we go. Maybe we'll get sub to 230 here. Market's getting weaker. Loving that. I would be playing the SPX today, but it's way too expensive. It's not worth the time. You have to risk $1,000 for 50 bucks out of the money. It's kind of ridiculous. And the theta is just going to destroy you. Coinbase is just going crazy, guys. Jesus. Might be worth to play some of these. Starting to get tired up there, though. I really want to see this come down towards this VWAP line. Still expanding, though. Still expanding. SPY is, I haven't been trading it right now because it is way too overvalued. Contracts are way too expensive. Bollinger Band's expanding, meaning that the average is a little higher, so it has room to run, is basically what it's saying. So the average is going higher and higher, so as it has a higher higher average there, it's going to start expanding, so it has more volatility. I wouldn't say it's more volume coming in per se, because you can see less volume than here. It all depends. You might see a large spike in volume here on one of these big moves because people are starting to see, okay, this is a fair value price. Let's take it up. So let's see. Kind of want to scale in here, but I don't want to scale in here. There we go. Give me some weakness. Let me buy some red candles here. I don't want to buy any green candles. Still want to see this VWAP touch. Hopefully we can get that. It looks pretty weak here. Start scaling in here a little bit. Please. All right. I guess not. This is its high of the day mark. I would say that this is my, I'll make that one green and I'll make this one red for my sell. So I'm looking for this to break, that's kind of like my go ahead. I kind of want to just get in around this 179.50. It's just not, there's no movement. No volume, no movement. Just waiting. It's going to be a boring one. Although the market is kind of push here, so this could just start running on us. Uh-oh, there goes the market. Could push towards that 388, which would send Meta probably around that 184. Tesla's too expensive. SPX is too expensive. I don't know that we're going to get that at VWAP touch, guys. I think it's just going to consolidate before it breaks out. Now the question is do I want to buy around 275-ish? I think we might be getting that breakout right now. Well, in theory, it was good. And they just ran $40 a contract. They're probably going to go up to this 340. These will probably be worth $400 a piece by the end of the day, if not more. The only reason I'm not so upset about it is because I do have those swing plays for next week expiration around that 176, 177 level. So those look really good. I think that that's probably the best opportunity in the market that I've seen in months. As long as the market still continues to be green, I can't imagine that that doesn't pay me well over 100%. It's getting closer and closer to that price point anyway. So let's see if we reject this high of the day. Maybe we can scoop up some nice contracts for cheaper. I don't really want to buy one at 283 here, but if I have to. I'm going to put one limit in at 269. See if that, any way that fills me. I still think this is going to go by the end of the day. It's just going to take a long time. Bullish sign on the market. As long as this 15-minute chart, we got 10 minutes for that to happen. So if this in 10 minutes is still above this downtrend, that is a bullish sign. So, let's go. Getting some weakness here. This is a pretty ridiculous bull flag, and this Bollinger Band is still expanding, so could potentially get something out of this. I just grabbed one more at 276 there. I'm trying to get it up to 10, but I don't want to go full position as I still think this is my target price around 179.50. I put in a limit at 264 for my third contract. Get this below 280. It's going to be a boring ass way to make money today, that's for sure. Amazon's really catching buyers off that bottom. All right, we got 3 contracts. We're getting our way up there. We got a 275 average now. Now I kind of want to get these below 250 if possible. There's 0 volume here. Ooh, this is getting weak. This doesn't look good. The SPY level here. Bollinger Bands are starting to level off a little bit. That is not a good sign. Hmm. 250. Set one more limit at 250 here. See if it fills me at 4. I'll get a fifth one at 240, and then I'll probably call it after that. Down 40 on the 3 contracts. Trying to get up to 5 to 10 potentially for this breakout. I still think it's coming. I know it's going to take a while. I know this is probably boring to watch, but it's not all rainbows and lollipops. Got some weakness here though, same with the market. And I don't like that this 15-minute chart is still breaking down below this this downtrend. See if it fills me at 249 here. All right. Average is at 269 now on 4 contracts. So I got to start thinking about a stop loss opportunity here, because if this doesn't bounce whatsoever, then I'm just going to make sure that I don't lose more than like 150, 200 bucks up a little bit today on the day. So I just want to make sure that I don't go red, and if I do, keep it very small. So let me start to think about, I got a 270 average basically, 4 contracts, so $20 would be 80. $30 would be 120. So I'll probably keep my stop around that 239 level as of right now. Very slow, damn. The volume's pretty high on the SPY though. 54 million before the end of before even 1040. That's ridiculous. 53 million. Usually the average is around 85 to 90 million a day. On Friday we had 190 million on the tape, which is ridiculous. I think we might start to see some pullback here. I'll wait for a 5th contract. Down a little bit right now, but still see these bounces at this 180. Oh my God, this is like watching paint dry, guys. This is awful. Tesla not doing anything. I don't think that there's going to be any opportunity at this rate, guys. This is ridiculous. Apple kind of leveling off a little bit. We have 4 minutes for this SPY to close above this price, so let's see what happens here. It looks like there's a lot of weakness coming in. Coming down on Meta, 179. Still around that target price. I know I'm down on the day right now. I'm down 20 bucks on the day, but I'm still trying to scale into this. If I can get this VWAP bounce I'd be interested in taking more, but I think we just kind of fell off. Down 65 on the day. I think that 150 is going to be my max loss here. Trash ass setup. I'm still up on my swings for excuse me, next week, so this is really kind of my target price for entry. So if I want to get 10 of them, I got to act probably right now. But I am waiting for this 15-minute to close. If I can get this 15-minute in 3 minutes to close above this downtrend, I would be more confident in this level. Still think that Meta is a great play. I still think it's going to go towards that 184 high of the day, 186. It's just consolidating and consolidating real good on us right now. It is always possible to, you can always roll forward in your contracts if you want to swing them. I don't really like swinging same week expirations, but maybe I'll end up doing it because it's only 4 contracts. But I don't know. I'll wait just a little bit here to see what happens in the next minute, 30 seconds to see if we can get that 15-minute SPY candle above that downtrend. If not, then I don't think that Meta's going to turn, at least anytime soon. Then I might have to take a small loss on this. It's only 4 contracts, down 27 on the day, 160 on the position. But I really want to get 5 of these. Notice how it's bouncing right at my level right now. God, I'll be so pissed. It's 5 minute. Look at this. We got a minute left. It's starting to get a little bit above that. 1 minute starting to squeeze. Meta's not really reacting with the market whatsoever, so that kind of throws me off just a little bit. Still down 140 on the trade. It's only 14%. Yeah, this thing's hella weak. Let's do time and sales real quick. Let me look at Meta 15-minute. Is this even worth my time anymore? Or should I just cut it? It still looks pretty good on the 15-minute chart too, so I think we might have some weakness down to probably this 179, which I've been waiting for anyway, around this VWAP level. I think I might take one more at that VWAP. I'll put my 5th here at 210. I'll be down just a little bit, down $75 on the day. But I think if this turns, 5 contracts and 10 contracts could end up pulling some serious weight. No, my average is 269. That's pretty high. This 15-minute chart has me thinking completely differently, and same with the SPY. So I really do think that this is going to bounce. Just need some patience. That 15-minute closing above gives me all the confidence that this has. We have strength in the market, that's for sure. We're green, obviously, or we're flat, but man, this is ugly to watch. I'm gonna keep her going until we either stop out, probably around $200, or we make 500. I think that we got some weakness still in meta to come. There's right around this 179, 20-ish area is where the VWAP is. Got some weakness left. $15 starting to set up a little bull flag action though. If we can get this to bullish engulf this is going to head right back up to that high. $40 on the day. This is why I love the SPX more. In and out, and you have to wait for all this shit to happen. Still hasn't hit my marker here at 179.44. Just does not want to hit that mark. I might grab one more. I want to do it on a little bit more weakness here. Oh, yeah. All right, guys, I can't watch paint dry anymore. I'm going in one last one, 220 here, 5 contracts, about half the position I wanted. But I do have that $200 stop loss. It's a very slow ass day. We might see that red engulfing candle here. Looks pretty weak. Volume is pretty shitty. That's exactly what's about to happen. It's about to get that drop. Wow. This is brutal. All right, so this is the SPY real quick. On the 15-minute chart, you break out, you usually retest. Same thing that I'm watching on Meta on the weekly chart. You could see that breakout towards that 388 high. I don't know if SPY would pay at all, though. I could probably change my watch just because Meta's literally nothing right now. SPY I would probably do for tomorrow expiration, just how choppy it is. 388s are 300, and near the monies are 468. So could be a nice one, maybe $100 a contract, but they're expensive. So I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know if it's worth the time. I think that this might break below this VWAP level real quick. Down 63 on the day, 17% on the position. That's usually around my take out point, but I only have 4. I might get one more, try to average it down just a little bit more for that bounce, but it doesn't look like there's any sort of volume in this, so I might be missing out on the same days. Just a little bit here, but We'll see. Yeah, here comes that drop. Let's see if it can. All right, it finally hit my alert. So at that VWAP level, I'm going to go in one more. There she is. There's the drop. Looks really weak. Same with the market. Kind of freaks me out. Grabbed one at 198. If it continues to fall on me, I'll probably stop out. I'm down 150 on this trade, 160. Well, more than that, but on the day. So I have 5 contracts sitting at 255. Damn, that's pretty high. Still think that this has an opportunity to bounce. I think that this is a good level at 178.97 where it's currently at. Still has somewhat of a bull flag here on the 15-minute chart, so I still have some confidence for it. If I want to get 10 contracts, I should probably get in a couple more right now for the bounce level. Now that we did finally break down, this could be the opportunity for buyers to come in. Watch the time and sales data here. Need to push this above. I think now we might get a little bit of action, but the market is starting to get weaker. 205. Let's see if this can break. Now we're back above that VWAP level. 79.40, decent add there. Down 80 bucks on it. 5 contracts. I think now we might start to get that little bit of a bounce. If it starts heading down even more, I'm going to stop out completely. But usually when you see those breakdowns, you're going to see this little wick right here. And if it gets engulfed again, it's done for. But if it can see any sort of bullish momentum, that's when you know that you're in good hands. I'm down 96 on it. I don't really want to stop out, but starting to see some buyers come through here. We're hitting at the 179.40 mark. 43, 45. We're getting some buyers in there. This doesn't need to be as quick of a trade because theta's obviously not here. This is a pretty bad position, so my fault on making everybody watch this, but it's really great setup on the weekly chart. I've been following it for a while. I got a good entry point earlier this morning. So for next week's, still think this is going to be a profitable trade. It might not be as profitable as I want it to be. I'm only down 14% on the trade, but you can see that this wick right here, as long as this next red candle doesn't come all the way back down and retest, and it could be a good opportunity to start pushing towards that high of the day. So this green candle over here on the 15-minute chart shows me some strength. I'm still down on it, but it's looking much better. Down 14 on the day, down 140. On 5 contracts, though, if this goes back up to 300, it'll only be about $300 on the trade. But if it breaks out towards the high, it'll be about 600 bucks on the trade. So just trying to be as patient as possible here. I want this 15 to engulf, go towards that high of the day mark. Looks like the market's bouncing as well, so we're in pretty good hands right now. Coming back on the trade here. Probably should have bought more down there, but I'm a little bit scared of this trade still. Not a ton of volume. Still down 68 bucks on the trade on 5 contracts. I think my average is 254. It's at 245 right now, so just being patient. This high was at 325, so I could still make 400 bucks on this trade, if not more. Just trying to see some volume come in here. It would be really nice to see that. So this little wick, now we're bouncing. I hope this makes sense on why that I waited so long to get to this entry point. I had that mark at 179.44, broke down below, and I ended up buying the VWAP test. So now that we got the bounce, I feel like I'm in a really good position. My average is still a little bit higher than where it's currently trading at, but I still think that I could squeak out at high of the day probably an extra $300, $400. Hit that $500 price point, and on such a boring day, we still have a good amount of opportunity. If you were playing SPY, I know I got stuck in the meta trade, but if you're playing SPY, this did squeeze up to that 388 mark, so that would have been a good opportunity to play. Probably made like 120 a contract there for tomorrow expiration. Probably would have been a way better trade than this, but I'm still in meta. I still believe in her. I'm biased, that's for damn sure, but still waiting for some buyers to come in here. Damn, the market did just rip too. The SPY is definitely the better play today, but I'm still in meta trying to make my money, and then I'll try to make a SPY play once I get some profit out of this, because this is crazy. I think it's lagging behind the whole market, which is always a good sign, because if the market continues to squeeze, buyers will come in here a little bit later on. We have so much room up too. That 15-minute chart on Meta, the top right, is what I'm really paying attention to. Just need a couple more buyers in there. This is my new uptrend. From low of the day to this bounce. Now, as long as we don't break below this, I'm confident in this trade. It's for Friday, so we don't have to worry that much. Down 4%, 5%. Still waiting. Still waiting to go green. I'll be happy. Honestly, I might just take my profit when it's at like 280 or 290 at this point. It's really lagging behind, guys. I think I might end up grabbing another one here in a second. 236. What's my average? 255. 234. I'm going in another one. If it lets me in at 236. And it's not. That's all right, though. Down 8%, 9%. SPY is the breadwinner, that's for sure. I'm playing a really shitty play, so my apologies, but I'm still here. My exit is around this 182 break. Could take any profits above 300 and be up. If I have 5 contracts, it'd be about $300 trade, which is not a lot. But like I said, on Mondays and Fridays, I do not trade very heavily. I still see a good opportunity here, but it's being stubborn as hell. Real stubborn. I'm down $6 on the day. I'm gonna turn this into $1,000. You guys watch this. I'm turning this into $1,000. I'm gonna make this really exciting somehow. Somehow, some way, this is gonna be fun to watch. We got a little turn here. I think that the market still has room up to that 190 mark. I think that we're gonna get that spike. Come on, give me that 229 fill. Let me get 6. Having 10 contracts is always a lot more fun because things move around quite a bit. I see this bull flag and I see this like reversal on the 15-minute chart. There's so much room up to this 182. I would be so shocked if it didn't actually get to that point. Especially with the market breaking out, this holding back, and on the weekly chart, this thing is really strong. We're still flat on the day. It's up $1. Pre-market was at 186. I still think we got all that room. Oh, there she goes. Damn it. I missed out on it. I was gonna add one more. There we go. Come on, you little bastard. Up 5% on the trade, $60 here. Getting closer to that $300 mark. Hopefully we can get up to this 182.37, which is exactly what's going to happen here in a second. Question is how long do I want to hold this now that I'm profitable? I'm only up $50, but I want to get this up to like 300. I think that's my price target. Price target would be around that $300 level. I know Theta is getting to it a little bit, obviously, since it's right there, but the Bollinger Bands are expanding. The 15-minute is up there. I think I'm gonna be patient with this one. If it hits that high of the day and rejects, then I'm gonna be really pissed off. But still on this, I still have the 5 contracts. I'm looking for that $300 exit at least. This green line is where I want to see the high of the day break. That's what this is. The green line is the high of the day. So I'm waiting for this breakout. This is still an uptrend, so we're looking good on that front. The market is still bullish, so we're looking good on that front. Got some activity, finally got some volume here coming in on last candlestick. This one is kind of just figuring out which way it wants to go. And then if we can get above high of the day, we'll squeeze up to that 184, 186 level. These will be worth around $350. It could take $100 a contract, which would be $500. That'd be sweet. Slow trade. So obviously, if you're not the riskiest individual, this is definitely a trade for you. Still down on the play a little bit. Down, I got my average to 255. Up $14 on the trade. We are rich. $20 on the trade. Still want that $500 price point on the day, so just gonna be patient here. SPY is kind of hitting the top though, so it scares me a little bit. I would hate to just stop out of this flat, but it might actually have to be something that I have to explore. Nah, definitely not. We're getting above this 182. Unless it breaks this uptrend, that's... shit, it might. Starting to see a little bit of a printed top here. I would hate to see a red candle break below this, but I think that we have an opportunity to break the high of the day. Looks good on the setup here, so we just need to keep that volume and it's good to go. Only up $12, $14. One squeeze above high of the day though would push this to a couple $100. I don't know if it has the juice. Come on, baby. Give us some action here. Right at break even. I hate that, but we started scaling it at 189 or 289. And then we scaled all the way in down here. Almost bought the low of the day around 198. Brought the average down. Now we're waiting. Hopefully we can get that squeeze above, which is exactly what I'm waiting for. Still looking good on those next week expiration contracts. Bought them around 177. I have a 190 strike price. So if we can continue to go here, I will be rich in that account. And in this account, I'll be up on my daily goal of around $500 to 1,000. So it'll be right within that threshold. Time and sale is not looking the best though. You see some sellers down here. You got 700 to sell there, 1,000 to sell here. Not looking the best on that front, but we will see if we can get that squeeze up 181 to 181.20. I have some more confidence, but starting to lose it. I think it's because of the market right here. So hopefully this isn't a printed shooting star top, which it might be. A little bit scared of that. Could see a pullback to retest this uptrend for a bounce, but I'd rather not see that. Holy shit, this trade is killing me, guys. This is a top. This is a printed top right now. So we need to see a bounce within the next 8 minutes, or this is not a good sign. Down 40 bucks, 18 bucks. $10. Terrible. I think we're going up. I think we're going to hit that high of the day. Hopefully we can squeeze here, baby. Come on. Only have 4% on the trade, 3%. I haven't had any luck with this in a while. 4%. I'd probably take, if I can get 20%, I'd be happy. 10% even, maybe. My bad. All right. So nothing's happening. That's fucking sick. All right. So we're not getting a printed top here just yet. 11:09. We got 6 minutes left. I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait for it. Not exactly sure how they're pinning me right at break even, but they're doing it. Here comes the next 5-minute candle here. It's got to be within these next few candles here. If it doesn't break out, then I'm probably just going to stop myself out. I might slowly start scaling out, to be honest. Up 1%. Do I take the 2%? Group votes, do I? Let me see. How do we feel? Oh, God, stubborn as shit. This whole trade, stubborn as hell. Up 3%. Can I just get above $100 on this trade? Can we get high of the day here? I agree. I'm either stopping or I'm squeezing or I'm making money. I'm up 94. Guys, 7%. How beautiful is that? On only 5 contracts, we're finally above $100 on the trade. Can we get high of the day here? I might scale out of a couple here just because I think that this is going to be so ass. Got out of one at 276. I just got to secure something. I'm up 235 on the day. Literally such a waste of time. But still looking good on the breakout here. I might start scaling out a little bit more. I'm just scared of the double top. 15-minute did not print that top reversal at least just yet, so that's a good sign. I think that we don't have enough volume to continue to... I might have to scale out of these guys. We're starting to get some action on it, though. 2,000 to buy, that's pretty massive. 1,000 to sell, though. So, yeah, I think that there's a lot of action right at this price, so I don't know if it's going to continue to squeeze, but I'm just going to slowly scale out. If it lets me, see if we can get above high of the day and squeeze. I still have 3 contracts. Not the best execution on my part, but we're getting towards that high of the day mark. I might scale out a one last one here, and then I'll let 2 run. We're at 182. I should be out. There we go. 289 there. Here's the high of the day test. This is what I'm a little bit scared of. Damn, I'm not going to make very much money off this trade, but hopefully it doesn't reject this high of the day. I'd love to see it go above, but I don't know if it has enough volume for it. 15 does look pretty good. I'd love to squeak out like a $300 sell. Time and sales going nuts, but a lot of transactions a lot lower here. 76, 70. Yeah, I think we might be double topping. Damn. Okay. Putting a stop at 265 here, and I have a sell at 2 or at 3. So we'll see what happens. Stop myself out on one of them. I think I might just take out. Well, we were green, but it was not the best trade in the world, guys. I'm sorry that you waited so long for me to make like $100 and some, but at least you got some knowledge on how to scale in and scale out of positions. This might break out. I just couldn't watch it anymore. I physically could not watch it anymore. Still up 237 on the day. Was not my goal. Probably should have held a little bit longer, but I got to the point where I was just about to have a mental breakdown watching these little choppy market moves. But can't be upset about making 237 bucks. I still want to make that 1,000 on the day, but I think I might have to switch to the SPY or something that's going to move a little bit more. I still have my contracts for next week, so it's just a day trade. Yeah, 237 on the snooze fest. Yeah, but 237 is not very much. My goal is usually around 500 to 1,000, but I'll never be upset about making money on the day. So slow ass morning. Did catch the nice little reversal on Meta, but I started scaling in a little bit too early. So if you were watching this and you caught this move, that would have been a really nice opportunity because they took these contracts almost $100 a piece, about $90 a piece. But I hate that this Bollinger Band's kind of pointing at it now. Could still squeeze. I think it still has an opportunity to run up to above that high, but I can't. I couldn't physically watch it. So 237 on the morning, doing absolutely nothing but watching. 15-minute does look really great to continue that squeeze up. Looks like it might get to that point here in a second. So let's see. I'll still watch this and just make myself pissed off if it doesn't end up going. NVIDIA. Okay, let's see. Maybe I'll get SPY. Tesla might pop. Tesla might pop. Yeah, Tesla does look really good because all the way up to that 175 mark. Keep in mind, I'm still in those meta plays. I have a swing account, and I'm in those 190 calls for next week expiration. So if this does end up going to 186, I got them at 176, so it could be huge. This does look like a great opportunity, too. I had a support line right down here at 162 on Tesla. So it could spike up to that 173 mark, but Tesla contracts are way too expensive on Mondays, and they don't move as well. Premiums are pretty detached. Holy shit, guys. Coinbase. This thing is... Damn. $9 move. This thing is up so much. What is Ethereum at? 1690? Let's go. The bank's collapsing helps out crypto, just so everybody knows. That's why you're seeing some bullish activity here. Starting to see a nice little reversal here. We could see Ethereum at 2,000 here pretty soon, based off of the chart pattern. Same thing with this bullish engulfing. We could see Bitcoin back up near that $26,000, $27,000 level. I'm a long holder in Ethereum until probably this is my target sell around this 2,700, but would love to hold till 5,000. But obviously in and out rules for crypto since it's so volatile. But if you don't have Ethereum or Bitcoin, they're looking good. Same with this with Meta. Struggling that high of the day, but I am loving it. I think this does squeeze for sure, but good shit. Meta is my play for next week. I got a little bit shorter of an expiration. I could always roll forward. I have enough profits on it already. Let's see how much they're worth right now. I got 11 days till expiration. I usually like to catch the premium run up, and then I'll take those profits and roll them into a further out expiration with profits, so it's free. Yeah, damn, these things are fire. I got a 224 fill, so I'm up pretty nicely on these guys. Could go up 100%. I went really fat on the position, so this could be a nice 200, 300% gain, and I'm sitting pretty. This looks like it's about to break high of the day, too, on Meta. So I still have skin in the game. I don't have the same week expiration skin in the game, but I do have next week, so I'm not too mad. 237 on the day. I will take that for now. There we go. Finally got that break. What do you know? High of the day mark. Maybe it'll start squeezing towards that 186, and there she goes. That kind of pisses me off a little bit, but we're gonna be okay. Still squeaked out gains. I'm not gonna be upset about that. 185s are 310. So 305. So I missed out on about $20 a contract there, which would have been about $100. So in theory, good opportunity. Premiums did not make that much money, and I may have scaled in a little early, but if someone handed you $237, you're not going to say no. SPY is crushing it. NVIDIA, somebody said Tesla. Tesla did just pop. Good shit if you caught that. Meta, I still love next week contracts. I think they're going to be beautiful. It's kind of rejecting that high. It's at that Bollinger Band. So I don't think that there's going to be a lot of opportunity here unless we start to reverse to the downside. I don't think that we do that, though. I guess Coinbase is the only other thing that I would really watch if I was anybody else. Snowflake, maybe? Damn. This thing's going up crazy, too. $8. Love that. All right, y'all. Well, I think that that's basically it for me because it's been a really choppy day. 2:37 in the morning. Might come back for power hour to see if I could catch anything, but for now, that's what I'm seeing. Meta contracts. Where am I going to add? The amount of contracts that I have right now, I don't think it'd be smart for me to add. But I do have a stop loss now sitting in profit, so I'm sitting pretty right now. I don't think I'll add. I really don't. I think I have a good enough cost basis, and I bought a ton of them, so I'm looking to make a big bag off that trade. Almost up 100% already, so just waiting for that 185 break, and then I might looking to start selling and securing some gains at that 185 mark. But I have till next week, so there's a little bit of bounce in the market today. I think we could probably see another bounce again tomorrow, just small. As like a short covering situation and an overreaction to all the news. So we got a big buy candle here. We could probably see another 393, 394 before we get another rejection on the daily. And the weekly chart looking pretty good too. So we'll see what can happen here. We could probably get up to this 392, 393 today. Might push Meta up to this 186. Maybe I'll even take profits today because then I'd be up over 100%. But I would probably take those profits and roll forward into a further out expiration for those 195 contracts. So sitting pretty right now on Meta. The market's kind of all over the place. If you caught SPY or anything this morning, then you had a really good day. But I didn't end up playing SPY here. I was just too glued to Meta for a while, and now I'm just waiting on my contracts for next week. My target sell range is around that 187, 188 for me to roll it forward. So that's about all I got. Wasn't really exciting as it usually is in here, but $237 in the morning on a really choppy day, so I won't complain with that. Yeah, that's the only thing I'm watching. The only thing I'm watching is that Meta break and then maybe SPY 392. So gonna wait for a little bit of consolidation and then maybe I'll play a bounce play or a rejection level, but I think that we are too strong to see low of the day today. So that's all I got.